Diseases are not only induced by microorganisms. Diseases are not only induced by metabolic illnesses or through hereditary or even traumatic or accidents. Diseases could be induced by state of mind. In most medical books, a lot of people are not taught about diseases that could be induced by mind. Diseases that are induced by mind sometimes could be fatal and can lead to death, even sudden death. Issue of psychopathology and all that need to be well understood. At schools, we are taught other ways in which disease formations come into establishment. But most times, we are not taught disease formations due to state of mind. Yes. You see, mind in relations to cell line, state of mind in relation to cell line is most times regarded in pathology as psychosomatic illnesses. Sometimes when it comes, even when you do a lot of medical evaluations or medical examinations, one may not know that the problem or the illness of such individual is due to state of mind. Yes, there are so many ways in which mind can induce diseases. So many patterns. For instance, voice information, so what we call voice informations. There are times once individual hear a particular voice, either from individual, radios, TV, or anywhere, and such information is not supposed to be related at that particular time. It could lead to so many disorders, like a sudden heart shutdown, hypertension, mental confusion, even paralysis, no stroke. I shall begin to explain at molecular level, at molecular basis in which such illness can be established. Other ways and methods psychology play an important role in disease formation. What I mean is that other ways and methods in which mind induce diseases are sight informations, yes, written informations, and other methods. There are times you won't suddenly see something is not supposed to see at that particular point in time. So can induce breakdown, even cardiac. Something could induce cardiogenic shock, hypertension, and other severe clinical consequences. Even written informations. You could be reading newspapers or any other thing, and you come across information you are not supposed to come across with. That could lead to a disease condition. Yes. Other ways in which mind can induce diseases are one, feeling of guiltiness, failure, and other disappointment, immorality, and wrong behavioral conduct. Yes, could induce psychogenic lesions. First of all, let's talk about issue of guilt. If someone did something evil, or people that are involved in secrecy, they do a heinous crime, heinous evil against a fellow human beings. There are times people kill individuals for no just cause. And most times, those people do a lot of, people that do that most times, they do a lot of rituals to suppress such interplay within the mind. How it generates diseases is that you're what we call psychoreceptors. I'm going to biochemical and molecular pathways in which diseases can be generated through genes. They're what we call psychoreceptors. Psychoreceptors are certain proteins that are secreted due to certain feelings of waves that move across the body system. Yes. Psychoreceptor, known as P receptors, they're what we call P1 receptor, P2 receptor, or PT receptors. Yes. All these various types of receptors are responsible for specific feelings. Yes. Like the PT receptors respond to any person who is involved in spirituality. Yes. And who has done wrong, has committed heinous crime. While the P1 receptors, please, for the benefit of ordinary people, I want to explain what receptors mean, because this class of tutorials is not just meant for people with medical knowledge. Receptors are, when I say P receptor, I'm talking about psychoreceptor. Psycho means it's talking about mind. Certain feelings generated, for instance, individual who killed a fellow human being. There is certain peculiar feelings that normally come up in such individuals, that come us in the form of waves. Yes, it constantly comes up in such individual as a result of guilt. Yes, and these receptors that are generated are specific to state of mind. They come up and bind with such feelings. When such feelings is being binded by such receptor, it stimulates a neurotransmission. Neurotransmissions is a form of electrical impulses. How will I describe it? Yes. You see, this is type of electricity that take place in the body. Neurotransmitters are chemicals that generate impulses. Impulses are like currents. Yes, that is how I will be able to simplify it. But once this current or the transmission continues in the body system and refuses to quench or to be detached, it could, affect the central nervous system, either it could affect the autonomous nervous system, either the parasympathetic or the sympathetic outflow. Yes, depending how the wave of feelings or the transmission is being propagated in the body. And that will lead to one, hypertension depending on the severity of such transmission, or it could lead to mental confusion, psychosis known as madness, or a sudden heart shutdown. Yes. That is feeling of guilt. So the psychoreceptor that binds such feelings, especially if the killing was, let me say, spiritually motivated, P T receptors bind such wave of feelings to initiate a neurotransmission that gradually lead to high-level thinking, BP, and other disorders in the body. It could even be cardiovascular and cardiogenic shock or neurovascular accident, known as paralysis. It could be madness, it could be anything, or it could be sudden death. And this P T receptor is also involved in hallucinations. What I mean hallucination, ordinarily or commonly, what people describe as the person seeing spirit or the individual he killed will appear. Yes, this is an advanced medical studies. It is not done at bachelor's level, from postgraduate studies. Yes, issue of psychopathology or diseases induced by mind is not just talking about issue of psychiatrics alone. Yes, because mind can induce various diseases. It could even be stroke. It could even be maybe severe headache, constant raised BP, emotional disorder, restlessness. For instance, if stroke ensued, there could be other consequences. Yes. Stroke could lead to maybe hemorrhage or further nerve damage. There could be extradural hemorrhage within the brain or any other distinct vasculature. Yes. Most diseases induced by mind are severe. That is why it is good to be morally upright. Again, how does sight information induce illnesses? It's almost the same clinical sequence. For instance, maybe individual, as he was just passing, he saw somebody killing someone or doing heinous crime, what the eye is not supposed to see. Such could result in brain damage, cardiogenic shock, death, or hypertension. Yes, this thing happens within milliseconds or even delayed. Such feelings that propagate could be incubated for a short time, a long time, or something like that. So that if it does not happen immediately, it could happen within a period of time. So that is it. It may not be immediate, it may be immediate. If it does not happen immediate, such feeling will be propagating and be growing in such individuals. When just such feeling is propagated, what comes to board, what is secreted in the body is certain protein known as psychoreceptors that initiate neurotransmissions. And this neurotransmission now, affect the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, which ordinarily may lead to high blood pressure, cardiogenic shock, and other disorders. So These are sequelae in which in which individuals could develop psychological illnesses. Yes, but there are measures in which such diseases could be cured or could be managed. Sometimes, if such individuals is involved in heinous crime, it is always good for such person to first of all tell someone what he did wrong. Yes. Issues of immorality, infidelity, um, poverty, setback could also generate psychological illnesses, diseases that develop through high level thinking, or diseases that develop from mind. Yes. So that is why it is always good that one should be morally upright. It is always good to be morally upright and run away from evils or from doing bad. What we won't gain by doing certain evils. Because you that is doing the evil is not as if you are indestructible or you will not die. No one has the power. Anything that has life must die. So why doing evil? Yes, no matter the power you claim you acquired, it's meaningless. Because a time will come, you must visit forfeit. It's not me. So nobody has power to stay on forever. Why don't we all embrace uprightness and morality? Yes, ways that can be used to treat such illnesses. As I always focus on food therapy, yes, although I know much about drug therapy. I am a trained medical scientist specializing in diseases because my specialization is histopathology. So that is why I'm using this opportunity to enlighten the public about the danger and how diseases can result from mind. Yes. First, if such psychological illnesses come on board, food like avocado pear, both avocado pear and the seed should be eaten. Yes. Avocado pears binds anxiety, try to calm the nerves, and try to stop these psychoreceptors from producing so that it will not stimulate neurotransmitters or neurotransmission that will gradually lead to certain disorders in the body. Yes, avocado pear is a very potent body seed and excuse me. So avocado pear and others are very good. Other food therapy that could help a lot, that could help cucumber, even walnut. Yeah, but as I take my time to come on screen and explain in detail food therapy for psychopathological lesions. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much.